contest, Animahenasyon is gearing up for its annual run. And I spoke to the people behind the project. Here's what they had to say. Maybe you can talk to us about the council. When did it come about?
Well, yeah, the Animation Council started in 2000.
Only in 2000?
Yeah.
Okay.
And our mandate was to really promote the different animation companies here in the Philippines.
We have a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, we used to do all of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
That's right.
We're very talented.
Exactly.
In terms of art as well.
During the 80s, that was the height of the animation industry here in the Philippines. And then later on, of course, crisis came and all, And then it was difficult to organize all of them. Kasi before, it was like a competition for each company.
Okay, so you're all scattered in different places and doing different...
And then, of course, after a while, parang naisip na ng mga ibang animation company owners na i-unite natin yung lahat ng different companies. So then they thought of putting up an association.
Okay.
So we are really an association of animation companies, and at the same time later on, we began accepting animation schools as members also.
Okay.
Para may linkage with the industry.
Okay.
So it's more united at that level. So we started in 2000, pulling all the companies together to be united and with achieving the same goal.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, to promote the animation industry in the Philippines. Because for the longest time, we have been doing projects or doing services for other countries.
Of course.
So aside from strengthening that part of the business side of the animation, we decided also to create our own branding of animation for the Philippines. Kasi parati tayong kilala na tagagawa ng animation ng ibang bansa. We'd like to have our own name in the same way that Japan has its own anime. So we came up with Animahenasyon as our flagship project to generate more original content for the Philippines. Para makilala tayo na ito ay signature natin, na kaya natin gawa, nasa sarili din natin at hindi lang tayo gumagawa ng animation for other countries.
That's true. So it's our own, I guess the story is from us, and the way the characters look, it's really more Filipino.
Pinoy, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about Animahenasyon.
Yes.
It's a tongue twister, isn't it?
Exactly.
So it's 5th year running. And so, is there any theme in particular throughout the years?
Well, for animation, there's no theme. It's really open theme. Our basic requirement is just it's Filipino. Filipino story, Filipino theme, Filipino concept.
So that's nice. At least it brings out our culture as well to the rest of the world.
And then we have two divisions. So we have professional divisions and we have the students or amateur division. So majority of our entries come from the students, and then but
they
we
don't
also
go
have,
against each other, right? Because the pros, I think, have
hindi talaga. They only go head to head in terms of the grand prize. Kasi sa grand prize winner, sa any. So nasa judges yun, pipili sila ng isa. All of them are equal.
Have you had students win over professionals? Yes, you have. Oh, that's
and for the past 4 years, taga St. Benilde yung nananalo. Either a graduate or just a fresh graduate, for all the past 4 Animahenasyon as grand prize winner.
What's the story about for the winner?
For the well, they vary, but For example, yung the very first one was in Taiwanda, and if the people are familiar already, it was picked up by a major network. It was produced as a live action series already.
Wow. So it's not just about really the animation, it's also about the storyline.
Yes, oo.
Okay. And for this year, the entries are still being called in. How do people find you, or how do they join? Anyone's allowed to join?
Anyone is allowed to join as long as he or she is Filipino. In fact, last year we received entries from abroad. We were
They already
surprised.
found out about
We have entries from Switzerland, from the UK. As long as they're Filipinos, they can join, whether they're in the Philippines or not.
Okay.
So I suppose that because of our active promotions in the different international trade missions, I guess our words go out and they get to learn about our festival and they get to submit their entries.
And so for the short, people are they can still start now.
Exactly, because we have categories for 1 minuter, 5 minuters, very short.
Okay.
And then we also have categories for the TV series, for the
Maybe you
full
can
length.
run us through all of the categories, just
Yeah,
so people are
it's basically time-based. So there's a category for 1 to 5 minutes, from 6 to 10 minutes, 11 to 15,
That's
and
a
then
lot of
20.
categories.
And yeah, there's a lot of categories. Basically, the criteria is simple. As long as it's original, and that there's a Filipino theme or Filipino concept. Kasi sa animation naman, doon sa bawat category, we don't classify it as for 2D, 3D. They can submit or they can use different types of animations. Pwede sila mag-submit ng claymation, stop motion.
So time-based talaga.
It's really just time-based. So when they compete in that particular category, time category, they're competing for the story, for the execution, gano'n ka-smooth yung takbo ng animation nila. Editing, yung characters. So it's overall. No? But as long as, again, it reflects the Filipino culture, the Filipino identity, that's what Animahenasyon is all about.
I wanted to meet Santa. To find out why he cares enough to give kids all over the world presents every year. Now I think I know.
That you do, kiddo. That you do.
So what do you think about the industry at this point? I mean, I see that there's a lot of hope for animators. I mean, what we usually do is people from abroad try and get animators from here because we're talented. I guess we work for cheaper. If you think it's going to change anytime soon?
Well, we're hoping that would change, that people just keep on getting our talent. That's why we participate in different trade missions to invite investors to just set up their companies here in the country, so that it will also generate jobs for our animation graduates here.
Of course, because we have a lot of really talented.
Sobrang dami. So we're trying to get the government support para mas masuportahan talaga yung animation industry.
Process.
It's a very long process.
And you need a lot of people to work on it. And you need a lot of time, a lot of energy.
Kasi it's per frame when you do animation, so it's really very long process as compared to live action.
For all of the artists out there, maybe you can invite them to, apart from honing their craft, maybe join Animahenasyon.
So there's still time for everyone. We'd like to invite you to submit your entries. The deadline is September 15. Just visit our website at animahenasyon.com, and then you can download the application form and all the instructions are there.
Okay, so you're bringing local talent to the forefront internationally.
Yes.
Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you also
for having us today, and all the best with Animahenasyon. See, I said it correct.
Yes.
Si Isabel, nagdamgo nga mahimong maestra. Si Gilbert, gustong magdoktor. Si Benevolent, gustong magpay. Si Carla, nagbalita. Si Gino, magpintor. Si Karen, nurse. Ug si Tonyo, lahi ang damgo ni Tonyo. Kaysa pagdako niya, gusto niyang makalupad.
For comments, suggestions, or you want to see something on Cityscape, email us at cityscape.anc@gmail.com or look us up on Facebook. That's it for this week. Join me again next time as we discover the best of the city scene. I'm Lexi Schultz. Thank you for watching Cityscape.